Welcome my friends, the Spider-Verse season here in Snap might be the largest update the game has ever had, and in this developer diary we get a breakdown of everything that we can expect from Conquest Mode, the brand new cards releasing, and alterations to card acquisition and currency acquisition here in the game. I have my live reaction that I recorded on stream at the end of the video, but here at the beginning we're going to be doing a more condensed breakdown that's going to include clarifications from the developers on some ambiguous points and the most frequently asked questions that I have seen. Let's dive in. First up, Ghost Spider is going to be our Battle Pass card. I'm not nearly as excited about her as I was about Nebula or, say, Hitmonkey, but I think that she is going to be excellent support for the movement archetype and could live in even mid-range lists that want to be able to reposition a powerful card, saving it from Shang-Chi, catching the opponent out. A lot of potential right here. Coming to the other cards releasing this season, Silk is going to be a 2/5, releasing directly into Series 5. Her ability is that she moves randomly after another card is played to her location. This makes her a little bit sticky. She has a premium stat line similar to Lizard, but you have the unpredictability of where she is ultimately going to end up. It does give you the option to be able to cheat her into locations that are otherwise locked down, but those combos are going to be hard to be able to pull off, not very reliable, and I think that she is a pass this season, especially with her release status coming out in Series 5. Next up, Spider-Man 2099, and oh, my hopes were so high, but it has been confirmed he only destroys one card. The first time he moves to a new location, he will destroy a random card there at that location, and the rather ambiguous wording on his ability is meant to be clarifying that he's destroying a card at the location he moves to, rather than a random card anywhere or a random card at the location that he moved from. With his stat line being 4/6, he feels a little bit clunky to be able to include in the move package, and given all the other engine pieces that the move deck has at their disposal, I don't think that they're going to be fitting in Spider-Man 2099 very happily. More likely, his home is going to end up in a mid-range list that wants to be able to run a package around Miles Morales, so only pick him up if you are very dedicated to the move archetype. He's going to be releasing directly into Series 4, which makes it a lot more bearable to spend the tokens to be able to pick him up immediately. Next up, Spider-Ham releasing into Series 4 as well, only 3,000 tokens. This is the most competitive card to release this season. This guy is a buy. He is a one-cost leech, hitting the opponent's most expensive card in their hand, turning them into a pig, taking away their ability. If we look down the meta list right now, if all of the top decks, if they lose the ability on their most expensive card, they are crippled, with a notable exception of the Hela decks and the Lockjaw decks that are able to include things like the Infinite. If you are concerned of running into a lot of these decks, especially as a number of people pick up Spider-Ham, there could be a meta adaptation to be able to include the counters to Spider-Ham. Then you can run White Queen in your deck to be able to get a sneak peek as to what the opponent has, and be able to understand if you want to then ham up their play on turn 5, or if you want to simply pass and follow a different line of play in going into those final turns. I think there's a lot of flexibility here. I think he's going to be amazing, and as a control piece is going to be absolutely fabulous to be able to knock out these expensive finisher cards that your opponent was likely relying on using. The two new locations we're getting this month are Aunt May's and then the Great Web. Both of these look like they are going to be excellent for the move decks, thriving while these are the hot locations, but then outside of that, Aunt May's seems fun, adding 3 and then moving the first card that you play to that location. The Great Web, why? After each turn, move one card to the web for a random player. It's going to move a random card for a random player at the end of every turn. You're telling me that I could be in Conquest Mode, high stakes, at the end of my league, and then the Great Web turns up and randomly pulls my final crucial play into a useless position? I'm not a fan. We will see how well it feels once we're actually on the tables with it. Maybe it won't be so bad. If you're able to fill up the web early, then you're protecting yourself from having your battle line skewed over, but so much of Snap is about flexibility and leaving your plays open. I am struggling to see how much I'm really going to enjoy seeing Great Web. Now the frankly monstrous gameplay feature update that we are going to be getting, and these are going to be releasing with the mid-season patch. I am predicting this to be releasing on the 15th. We have an OTA patch promised on the 8th, so I'm expecting that the balance patch is going to be the week following. I am at 70% on that. I think that the developers are giving themselves space to potentially push back to the 22nd, but it's going to be either the 15th or the 22nd. Again, I'm leaning toward the 15th on being the release for all of these features. Conquest Mode, weekend missions, which they actually did not specify what the weekend missions were. There was a lot of outcry as to the details of the missions that had been disclosed in a previous update, and then also a daily targeted login reward that also we did not get specifics on. Hopefully we get a follow-up little blip from the developers. If there is a quick update, then check the pinned comments down below. I will post updates on this video, or if we get a larger reveal later on in the season, then I'll do a full video breaking things down so that you guys can be able to take the most advantage on the meta progression here in Snap. But Conquest is the meat and potatoes of this breakdown. You're going to be playing battle mode matches up against opponents of the same league. It's unconfirmed whether it's also going to take into account MMR. Every time you win a league, you are going to win a ticket and then be able to progress on, use that ticket for a single entry into a higher league. If you do not win your consecutive matches, you will not win the ticket. However, you will win a prorated amount of medals. This is a brand new currency that's going to be spent in a shop that we're going to have a bit of a detailed breakdown here at the end. It seems like these medals are going to be very valuable for your weekly account progression. I am really happy. It seems like the developers are actually being very generous in terms of what they are offering for these medals. You're going to notice an entry fee down here. If I move the webcam out of the way so you can see a little bit better, this is to be able to skip the requirement of having a ticket. So if you want to just be able to spam into the higher leagues, you can spend the premium currency. I don't encourage that. This is actually pretty expensive in regards to the premium currency. I would just try and win on the lower matches to be able to earn your tickets. But if you're desperate to be able to play in the higher leagues, you can enter directly. As we play through here, you're going to get higher and higher medals in the higher leagues. Gold Conquest is the highest level before Infinite. Infinite is going to open up only on the final week, and this is where the most premium rewards are possible. Incredibly coveted. So this is only opening on the final week of the season. You're going to have to use your Infinite tickets or spend 500 gold to be able to enter in. Again, stockpile your tickets if at all possible, but then the amount of medals here is incredible. So with the prorated idea is that if you were only to win 2 matches, you don't get either the ticket to the next league or this premium Infinity avatar. Breakdown for that in a second, but you would be getting, say, a couple hundred medals to be able to, as a consolation prize for having spent an infinite ticket, to be able to enter into these matches. What can you get for your medals? A lot. You will have a new shop location to be able to go to spend your medals. These are going to be one-time purchase offerings that will refresh on the weekly. It's not guaranteed that they will refresh to the exact same options. It's saying new items unlock every week, so there could be altering offerings in the shop. Not sure if everything is going to be as generous as what is showcased here, but what is showcased here does seem to be very generous. The likes of a mystery variant, 200 gold, pockets of credits as well, avatars. If you buy a set of items here, 9 separate purchases, you'll be able to get a unique variant for a card. This is going to carry over for the entire month. So this does not refresh every single week. This is for the month. There's going to be a new variant offered every single month, which I'm incredibly excited about. And there's also an exclusive avatar that is going to be included as a purchase as well. So we did a breakdown on what the costs are to be able to keep up with pulling the best offerings out of the shop. We see here we've got boosters, we've got some cosmetics. I think what people are going to be most gravitating toward is being able to acquire all of the gold, the premium currency, potentially the variant, and then the credit at different values to be able to max out their meta account progression. If the offerings remain consistent with what is showcased here, to be able to grab all of the best options, you're going to need 1,300 medals a week. That's going to translate to, in terms of the rewards available out of the different leagues, winning the Silver League 10 times or winning the Gold League 4 times. That, on one hand, is a significant time investment in addition to whatever you have been playing in Snap. Though if you've just been grinding matches after reaching Infinite, then you're naturally going to be gravitating toward playing a lot more in Conquest Mode as another way to be able to continue to earn progression for all the matches that you are playing. I'm really excited for what is being offered here. And if we take a more realistic approach here on what might happen, rather than just someone winning silver 10 times consecutively, if you were to get 2 gold wins, then you would expect to have entered and won the Silver League a number of times as well. Probably failed in gold a little bit, but got some of the consolation medal prizes along the way. So let's say 5 silver wins. I'm predicting that some kind of stat line like this would be able to have you cleaning out the shop every single week and leave you with 6 tickets to be able to attempt Infinite League on that final week. You could do 1 run a day at that rate, trying to be able to get the highest level of cosmetic, then the rarest cosmetic that they have ever offered, an infinite upgraded border for the avatar that you are using when you win the league. This will permanently upgrade your avatar that's going to display in the corner with the infinite border. I love it. It's truly going to be a badge of pride if you're able to acquire one of these, and it is going to be something that strikes fear into the hearts of your opponents if you get to wield this on ladder or in future Conquest Mode seasons. Having to run the gauntlet of 5 wins consecutively up against all of the other most competitive players who are grinding it out on the last week of the season, it is going to be only the best of the best. Mayhaps at the point where it's 5 in a row, it is going to be the best of the best. It's not going to be the luckiest of the lucky. It is going to be the best of the best who are able to lay claim to this avatar. Best of luck to all of you who give it a go. Stay tuned to the Teddy channel. We're going to be giving it our best shot. We'll see if that is good enough. If you have questions about anything, let me know in the comments down below. I'll try and get to them. I'll have a pinned comment with any clarifications that become frequently asked questions. And what are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. I am incredibly excited for the future here and being able to dive into Conquest Mode. The first season is going to be really interesting with this Infinite only opening up on the last week of the season, but then Conquest Mode not being available for an entire season. So this first season of Conquest Mode, I truly believe, is going to be the most exclusive level of cosmetics that the game may ever see. Best of luck to everybody, and now we're going to run to our live reaction with chat and a more in-depth breakdown of everything that the video had. That live reaction will include a Spitfire reading of mine of this newspaper, so if you want to see it, I highly recommend you check it out.
Hey everybody, it's Ben Brode, and wow, do I have a scoop for you. My sources tell me a new season of Marvel...
Okay, hold on. New York, 1610. In a thrilling turn of events, Second Ender, the renowned gaming studio behind the critically acclaimed Marvel Snap, is gearing up for an explosive new season. Today, I am delighted to share an exclusive sneak peek into the promises to be an awe-inspiring announcement that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. Brace yourselves for something truly remarkable is coming your way. As Chief Development Officer at Second Ender, it is my privilege to be entrusted with this tantalizing information. The anticipation surrounding the new season of Marvel Snap has been building up for months, with fans eagerly speculating about what the future holds for their beloved game. Well, let me assure you that your patience is about to be rewarded in ways you could never have imagined. Our team at Second Ender has been working tirelessly to create an experience that will redefine the boundaries of gaming. We have poured our hearts and our souls into this season, fueled by your passions for all things Marvel. From the early conceptualization stages to the final touches, every step has been meticulously crafted to ensure an unforgettable adventure for players.
Snap is upon us, and it's called Spider-Versus. No need to bury the lead here. This month's Season Pass card is Ghost Spider. Moves the last card you...